Hello and welcome to Costa del Sol Chatter News. Lots going on the Costa as usual. Today starts the Feria, the international fair in Fuengirola. I'm disappointed to report that we expect rain this afternoon. However, the rest of the weekend should be sunny with a bit of cloud, up to 23 degrees. In events going on, I'll talk about the fair a little bit later. All the members of Costa del Sol Chatter Facebook have posted up as usual upcoming events. Anyway, this week has been quite a dramatic week for us all on the coast. Of course, at 12:32 p.m. on Monday, I was in the office and the power got cut. Well, we just thought that it was just our street or maybe our office. We certainly didn't realise at that time that it was going to be part of France, Spain and Portugal. Now, the reason for this that's been given is it's possibly due to a rare atmospheric phenomenon. But I'm questioning that because EMET, Spain's meteorological office, has ruled out any atmospheric phenomenon being detected. So there are real questions surrounding what the real reason was for this. Now, I think it's too early to speculate, but I do think that this will be investigated, and it will be certainly interesting to actually find out, what really happened. What I can tell you is it taught us all a few lessons, one of which is to always have cash in your house. I only had about €6 lying around, and also to invest in a radio, one that you can use. I think that's important because it was just an absolutely total news blackout. I mean, we were severely affected. The hospitals had backup systems, but for instance, Maria Zambrano station, the Cruz Roja had to provide camp beds and blankets. Railway services were shut down. Most of the petrol stations. The police were very vigilant, but it was a very unpleasant and stark reality to how dependent we are on power. But I think we have to look at this carefully, because this is what people, like for instance in Ukraine, have to deal with all the time. So it makes me think of people who are far less off than we are. Anyway, going on to something which is fantastic and starting today is the International People's Fair. It runs till Sunday. It's an absolute must. It's held at the Fuengirola Los Felices fairground. If you look at Malaga Hoy, MALAGHOY.es, they keep updating everything that's going on there today. For children, today, Wednesday, you'll get a 50% discount. Tomorrow, the parade, there's 33 countries, is going to be in Fuengirola at 11:30 a.m. Now, the booths, with all the dancing, there's various, so many things going on, too many to actually report. You've got Indian cooking demonstrations, African drumming lessons, Hawaiian dance classes. Really, whatever tickles your fancy. I noted that, Spain, they do love a feria or a festival. Andalusia has 3,000 fiestas. Certainly the Spanish do love to celebrate. But if it is the first time for you to go to the feria, just be aware that every country of the 33 countries have what we call their own Costa, which is sort of like a mini bar that represents their country. I have found in the past that the Indian one with the Bollywood dancing is absolutely fab. The Irish one always has fantastic music. There's just so much to see, you can't take it all in. So you'll have to go a couple of times anyway. Anyway, in further good news, a study came out from the Canadian Journal of Cardiology saying that drinking champagne could reduce the risk of sudden cardiac arrest. Now, there's been a long-held assumption that red wine is good for you, but it's good to hear that champagne is good for you too. Anyway, Shasta Cretin of the Week definitely goes to this 27-year-old Chinese student who was climbing Mount Fuji and had to be rescued not once but twice. So the first time he was rescued, he had altitude sickness. But he went back, I think it was within a couple of days, to look for his phone. He had to be rescued twice. Now, there's no charge for that. I mean, honestly, really? Anyway, Chatter Chuckle this week goes to Boris Johnson. He was attacked by an ostrich while at a safari park. I'm thinking possibly the bird could have been a Remainer. Anyway, have a fantastic